Oh my god, the NVIDIA leak. We haven't covered the NVIDIA leak. Okay, we're talking about that. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. This was the first story I found, so apologies, I haven't read this one in advance. But as you know, 2 months ago, I think, there was a massive NVIDIA GeForce leak. So NVIDIA GeForce Now, pardon me. So this is the live streaming service that NVIDIA offers. As a subscription, you can live stream games that you already own to X number of devices. I can't tell you how many there are. There was a huge NVIDIA GeForce Now leak 2 months ago. All these unannounced games. NVIDIA came out and said that the leak is accurate. Oh, pardon me, the leak is real, but a lot of the games, unannounced games listed on there were speculative. They were just guessing what was coming in the future. Complete bullshit, right? There's so many games on there that were just like too accurate to be speculative, at least in most people's minds. There's been another leak. Someone at NVIDIA is getting fired. Guaranteed. This is unacceptable in my mind. Publishers are going to be pissed. Interestingly, it reveals more PlayStation games coming to PC. Again, no surprise. I just want to get to the list here, actually. So this is Game Reactor Story. Who wrote this one? Go away, ads. Jonas Mucky. They say in an absolutely massive NVIDIA leak a few months ago, several titles coming to PC were revealed. Many of those leaked titles has been confirmed after that, like Alan Wake Remastered, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Edition, and Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy Definitive Edition. This does, of course, increase the chances of others being real as well. Now, a new leak has surfaced, and several titles from the first leak has once again been reconfirmed, while others have got release dates. These include Microsoft titles like Gears 6 coming to PC late next year. Okay, we're going to get into release dates because a lot of these are wholly inaccurate. Fable coming late 2023, Elder Scrolls 6 supposedly launching in 2024. But while those were more... Actually, no, we probably won't speak to the PlayStation PC stuff because their games coming to PC is obvious at this point. Let's go to this new leak. Where is this taking us? Oh, it's just taking us to Twitter. Okay, here we go. Akami Games. We've just gotten NVIDIA GeForce Leak 2.0. Some notable ones here. Let's bring up these images. Hope you guys can see that. Let me just get to the chat quickly. No, you can't cover that one about Devolver. Matt, you want Square Talk? Oh, we might cover it off. We're going pretty late. I'm almost... I think I've been going for almost 2 hours. Jason, thoughts on Elden Ring? Not as creepy. Might actually play this one. 100% in alignment there. I don't like Soulsborne games, typically because they're all wet and gross and disgusting, and I don't want to be in those worlds. Whereas this one is a bit brighter, and even though there are, weird characters with like 12 arms coming out of their backs, it's not as creepy as other From Software games, so I might play it. And also, it's got co-op as well, so that has me tempted. Anyway, here we go. So on the Xbox side of things, Forza Horizon 5, Project Indus from Oxide Games. So this, I think, is the 4X strategy game that we referenced in the earlier Windows Central story. So they've released this for December 1st, 2021. That's totally inaccurate. Redfall for June next year. That could be a thing because they've said American summer 2022. So that ranges between June and August. Forza Motorsport for next year. Around that window, I could totally see that happening. Project Mara and Hellblade 2 releasing on the same day. Unlikely. I don't think we see Hellblade next year. It's way too early. Gear 6, this is way off. Gear 6 isn't happening until, I'd say, 2024. The Coalition has said that don't expect to hear about Gear 6 anytime soon. They're working on a different project, and that's meant to be coming first as they start to migrate all their development resources over to Unreal Engine 5. So expect to see a different game from the Coalition before Gear 6. Starfield, 11th of November next year. We know that's already the case. Contraband... next year. I don't see that happening. We only saw a CGI trailer at E3 this year with no release window. I expect that to be 2023. Relic, new project from Machine Games. There were rumors about a Quake reboot coming from Machine Games and id. Maybe that's something they could work on next year though. Unlikely. Again, see, look at these release dates. They're a day apart from one another. Avowed and Perfect Dark next year. 100% false. Project Black Sky, new project from Arcane Austin. That could be an accurate project codename, but I don't see it coming January 2nd. Arcane Austin are working on Redfall. I don't see that coming anytime soon. Kestrel, new project from ZeniMax Online Studios. We know that they're working on a new IP, or I think at least new project. I'm not sure if it is a new IP, but look, they have something in the works. Whether it arrives January 4th, 2023, who knows? Fable, holiday 2023. I can see this happening. I think Fable's still a whiles off. I think Avowed probably comes in early 2023, and Fable towards the end would make sense. Project Holland seems to be an older listing for Fable. Okay, not sure what that is. Cobalt from In Exile, we mentioned earlier that they're working on an Unreal Engine 5 first-person RPG with like the Victorian era steampunk elements. So that could be the name. Indiana Jones in 2024, I could see that. Elder Scrolls in 2024, maybe. I reckon it could even come later. And Everwild seems to be in trouble. I think you see that 2024 at the earliest as well. PlayStation, here we go. Okay, so this is PC, importantly, as well, right? They're saying Legacy of Thieves Collection, February next year. I don't think it was confirmed that early. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. Ghost of Tsushima in February next year. Again, because these are a day apart, that's not going to happen. So how accurate either of these are, I'm not sure. But we know that PlayStation are going to bring more games to PC, right? Like they have the PlayStation PC brand now. They have Nixes, the studio they've just acquired to help port the games to PC. It shouldn't be a surprise that any of these games come to PC, except for one particular title potentially coming a lot sooner than most people would expect. We'll get to that in a sec. Death Stranding, that's already on PC, right? But maybe it's just going to be available for NVIDIA GeForce now at that time. Returnal, that would be a year after launch. I could see that. Sackboy, more than a year after, that's fine. Helldivers 2, I don't think it's even been announced yet. So who knows if that's real. Maybe we see it at a new PlayStation showcase soon, or maybe Game Awards. This is the interesting one. Horizon Forbidden West, September 30th, 2022. So that Horizon Forbidden West is launching February 18, I want to say. There are a few games like clustered up together in that mid to late February window. It's like Forbidden West on the 18th, and then like Sifu on the 22nd, or the other way around, and then Elden Ring's on the 25th. It's very crowded in February. Regardless, this would be 7 months. A PC port 7 months after PS4 and 5 launch. That's very soon after launch. I think that would be very telling about PlayStation's PC port strategy moving forward, if that's going to be the case. I would have guessed that Forbidden West comes to PC at least 12 months after the console release, maybe even 18 or 24 months after. Zero Dawn launched on PC more than 3 years after PS4 launch. So yeah, 7 months. I don't see it happening. I would like to see it happen that soon. I would like to see PlayStation get as close to day and date on PC as possible, because I think that's just eventually where they're going to end up. But we're going to have to wait and see. Keep your eyes peeled on this one. I don't think you see any announcement for Horizon Forbidden West PC port before the game is out on PlayStation consoles. It's definitely something they'll talk about after the games have dropped out. So, jumping into chat, Matt, for a single player game with a short tail, I can see it coming within 6 months. That's a good point. Cameron, you're saying, I mean, if Microsoft does day and date, why not 6 months? I think that like the idea of PlayStation doing PC ports in general has been met with great resistance from the PlayStation community, right? And even Matt Booty and Jim Ryan themselves, in quotes, have gone to great lengths to say that don't expect us to prioritize any platform over PlayStation consoles. So I think that's why you're not going to see day and date anytime soon, though I do think it will happen for select titles before the end of the generation, for sure. But I think 6 months is just a bit too close. Like, we're already starting to see this cadence of God of War coming to PC roughly 3 years later. What else is being ported to PC recently? The rumors of Sackboy, that's probably going to be 12 months. I think 6 months is just, I think it's too short, too soon, if that makes sense. I think PlayStation will slowly inch their way closer to that 6 to 12 month window of PC ports. Yeah, I think it might take some time. Jason, you're saying anyone else giggle a little whenever you hear Matt Booty? Matt, who's talking about my booty? Matt Booty's the best. I love Matt Booty. And this one's interesting. Ratchet and Clank, October 3rd, 2022. Importantly, it doesn't say Rift Apart. So maybe this is the 2016 sort of game that got rebooted, like the original game remade for PS4. That'd be weird coming like 6 years later, but who knows? Maybe it's meant to say Rift Apart. Awesome. I think that'll do it. Like, again, oh my goodness. NVIDIA, what are you doing? Get your shit together. It's out of control.